I'm ready.
Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Delete. I'm Travis. It is Monday. It is the last Monday of 2024.
It is. It's the last Monday of 2024. It was nice taking a break. Although Travis did make me watch this garbage while we had that off anyways. Barf.
No garbage.
Barf.
No cap. Anyways, it looks like Raw is starting out. By the way, it does look like a B show, maybe even a C show this week. I was looking at some of the matches they had set up, and all of them are like NXT nobody types.
Oh, I love it when they do shit like that. It's a waste of my goddamn time.
But it was like NXT guys that were like 3 years ago NXT guys.
Even worse.
Like the Judgment Day versus Damien and the Vikings.
Well, at least we can watch Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
We'll see if the 49ers lose to the Lions, which I have a feeling they will.
A little face-to-face tonight with CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins. Or Monday Night Rollins. Or whatever you want to call him.
All that garbage of stuffs.
Old CM Punk. He's got his carry-on. I think he's got a body in there. He just go by security. Maybe he's got a gun in there.
He might. That's CM Punk. Well, it's the last 2-hour show for WWE.
Yeah.
Oh, except Netflix. I mean NXT. Like, they're going to be 2 hours.
Yeah, they don't count, though. They're NXT.
But it is a WWE product, so.
I know, I'm joking.
You know.
Raw's moving to Netflix.
We have some people in our chat, though. We've got Walter with us tonight. Sophie, Brandon, and Pequol are with us. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us and coming to see us tonight since we're back from our little
This is the last time you'll see us this year.
It's true. It is the last time you'll see us for 2024. Walter said hi to both of us and says Raw, good matches, but at 9 he's going. He'll be here 8 on Wednesday. For AEW, there's no bingo until January 8th.
We got some
whole week of no bingo. Dang.
We got the New Day coming out.
Oh, God, they're not the New Day anymore. Please don't be the New Day anymore. Just completely make yourselves different.
You hating on the New Day?
I am. Sophie says, hi, welcome back. It has been a while. A whole week without you guys. Can't believe it.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
The good news, D, your nightmare is coming true. They announced SmackDown will be 3 hours starting this Friday night. Yep, and I will only stick around for 2, and then Charles can do the last hour on his own since he seems to love it so much. Brandon says the Judgment Day is dead, and Piccola says Happy New Year, everyone. Sophie says tonight is the end of an era, with it being the final Raw on the USA Network, and also the final Raw of the year.
Yeah.
And Sophie wants to know, how are you feeling, Travis?
I'm better, for the most part. I might cough here and there, but I think I'm pretty good, for the most part.
Well, since he decided to hand it off to me and stuff.
Just because you're a late bloomer.
We're both not dying at this point. New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Where's the crowd? You can't turn on people. If you're a friend of the New Day, you're a friend of the New Day. I never was, so I can't even promote
If you ate Bootios, you're a New Day fan. You can't just wax and wane every time the wind blows. It's like you're a leaf on a tree. If it blows, you're over here. If it blows, you're over here. Oh, the wind's blowing. Ah.
Now
you either are a fan or you aren't a fan. And now all of a sudden this crowd's booing them.
Yeah.
Flavor of the week.
I was never a fan, so it's fine. Pico says, Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah, it's going to be New Year. And Sophie says tonight is the end of an era, with it being the final Raw on the USA Network and also the final Raw of the year. Oh, how you feeling? Brandon says Raw is the final ending. Sophie says this is also the final 2-hour Raw as well. Pico says, give me a minute. Yeah. Sophie says the first 30 minutes is commercial free. I'm surprised the New Day coming out with their original theme. Well, they told it to stop, so they're probably going to do something. Picola says, more importantly, it's the last MNR on cable TV.
It is, and it was the longest running episodic television show in history, and now it's gone.
Well, they don't like that. They want to change history because they're morons. Sophie says, did you see Kofi blacked out his mother from his Christmas card? I don't pay attention to what people do outside of this world. I don't really care, Sophie, but...
that's weird.
But yeah.
Wasn't she just at weird. WrestleMania with him?
So she's not supporting him anymore? Oh no, the Uso people.
Oh, now we got the Uso Penitentiary coming out.
End of an era. I remember 1-2-3 Kid upsetting Razor Ramon all the way back in 1993. What, 1-2-3 Kid? Or?
Oh, he was terrible.
Oh.
He ended up being X-Pac.
Oh. He sounds stupid as both names. Sophie says, the last time you were live, D was here alone. That's when I dipped out. Yeah, he didn't want to support me at all. That was rude. Thanks for the non-support. Bravo. I know who our real friends are.
I'm okay seeing this. As long as Jimmy's there. Is Jimmy there too?
He can't be. He's got a broken toe.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's what he's doing. Pico says denim on denim is big time hill heat. Yeah, and it's like dark denim, so it's like
denim on denim.
Worse.
Brought to you by Jay Leno, baby.
Sophie says they will probably reach 2,000 episodes of Raw next year.
Does it count?
I don't think it counts anymore, Sophie. I don't think they can count it as episodes of Raw. They have to start all over because they're putting it on a completely different network.
Well, it's a different thing. It's no longer on TV.
That's what I mean. It's just not the same. I don't know. Something to do.
Oh my. Wrestling?
Not wrestling.
Did you want to read my book? Book doesn't look so bad now, does it?
I want to read your stupid TV ceiling mount with 3-foot pole. Sounds dirty.
Yeah.
No, I was looking for my crocheting that I had over here at some point.
It's all right there. All of it.
You even put my bag from over here there?
It's all there. I can see it. You're going to start for next year?
For who?
Make one a month.
I do have to make some more. I did take a couple out of there.
Day one, Oos!
Sophie's like, so you won't be here to cover SmackDown and Raw after this week? Well, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? What's going on?
You said you weren't going to be here.
Oh, I said I wasn't going to be here for the 3rd hour. It's different.
Oos.
Sophie says Netflix is going to debut a lot of new WWE shows tomorrow.
Cool.
Oh, good for them.
I hope they enjoy it.
Well, they got to get something. All their garbage that they have on there, nobody fucking wants to watch anyways. Might as well put some more shit on there nobody wants to watch. Now all the people can complain about how, well, I don't know why they put this crap on here. They already have all this other trash nobody watches. It'll be the same. Yeah. Equals like Raw and Netflix equals New Coke. Not New Coke, Picola, no! That's like the worst.
New Coke was the biggest scam ever.
It really was, too.
So, before New Coke, they had Coca-Cola. And it was called Coke. And people drank it, and everybody loved it. Then, they came out with New Coke, so they could change the recipe in Coca-Cola Classic when it came back. Hey, it's the same as it was.
Lies.
Coca-Cola Classic. Bullshit. This isn't the stuff I got addicted to. My cocaine in it.
It's not the same thing, you bitches.
This is all sorts of caramel, whatever that shit's called. Corn syrup.
High fructose corn syrup. People says we fear change most of the time. Rebecca Chatless is in the chat here. Rebecca says, Happy New Year. We missed you the past few days. Yeah.
We're back.
We took a break. Well, and we got sick. So it kind of like coincided perfectly.
It was terrible.
Travis got gross. And then he gave it to me and I got gross. And then I was like, he wanted to do Fridays. But I was like, fuck you. I want to do Friday last week.
I was ready to be on Friday.
I was like, no thank you. I was like, you can do it by yourself. But I'm not doing it. Anyways, Piccolo's going to be right back. And so he says the Usos versus the New Day had a fun rivalry. And Chimichanga is now in the chat. Hey, Chimmy.
Jimmy.
Says Ricochet is 3 times the toilet paper.
Did you see him get hit with the toilet paper this weekend? It was pretty funny.
It was pretty funny. You showed it to me.
No, I mean, like, he was in his match and he got...
Yeah, you showed it to me.
There was a pay-per-view on Saturday for AEW. During the pay-per-view, he also got hit with toilet paper.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention then.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I was doing something
else. But
yes,
he did get hit with toilet paper that I showed you. It's a thing.
So now it's a thing?
Oh, now it's a thing. Swerve Scott brings out, like, a wagon of toilet paper.
Oh, God. Is he upset about it? Or is he, like, going along with it? Because, like, if he's upset about it, it's even funnier.
Yeah, he's, like, all bitter.
Oh, yes. I hope it's real bitterness and not, like, their fake shit that they do. I hope he's really upset about it. Like, really for reals. Because it's like, that's what you get, you piece of poo.
Why
I
is
think
there
that's
an
her
Uso
thingy.
in my ring? Oh, who's my thingy?
Ayla's other present. It's right up there. I'm pretty sure that's
I see it, yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, in that bag.
Yeah. Remember it was that thing that I got?
Yeah.
Sophie says tomorrow a lot of Raw episodes will be pulled off Peacock, but SmackDown will probably be the only WWE show that will stay on Peacock.
Cool.
That's weird, but okay.
Oos.
Solo in the new Bloodline. Sophie's like, how was your Christmas? It was good.
It was...
Nothing exciting. Well, I mean, there was exciting. McKenna was here, so that was exciting.
For a few hours.
But not like, oh my god, like, so crazy, and there was, like, parties all over the place.
Bloodline.
Oh, no, not these people.
They're at a table. They made their mark last Monday. Yeet. Sami Zayn's terrible.
He got too close to what?
Probably his butt. You know, he ain't lying in reality. Neither of them should have went back to the tribal chief, Roman.
No.
For what he did. They should have joined their brother.
Yeah, or stayed out of it completely.
Right.
Sophie says it is last week the first time you had an entire week off from doing this since you started this channel.
Yeah, 5 years.
Yes.
Been over 5 years. I figured we could do it around Christmas time every year. There's not a lot going on, and it looks like Triple H doesn't really care about wrestling fans around that time.
No, he cares about his
Look behind
wrestling
him.
people.
Oh, no! It's Drew back! And if you're not going to care about your wrestling fans and make the wrestlers take time off, Vince would have never done that. Vince was like, you can work Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's called entertainment for a reason, bitches. Get your shit together. Put your house in order.
Get him, Drew!
Sophie says when SmackDown was officially announced to move to 3 hours, there was a lot of mixed reactions.
Oh, it's terrible. It's just like Raw. When Raw was 3 hours. Think about how much better Raw's been.
It's not just that, but it's on a Friday night. It's like, I get that most of you people don't have lives, but I would rather do something else with my Friday night than spend 3 hours watching this. Especially if I was in East Coast or Central time zone, I would be fucking mad as fuck.
This is what I used to say about AEW when they did the Rampage thing. No one on the East Coast wants to be watching wrestling at 11 o'clock.
No.
Like, that's when you go to the bars.
And even then, like, most people, like, even if there's kids, they're like, you need to go to bed at 9. Yeah, you little bastards. You don't even get to watch maybe an hour of it.
Running around, watching wrestling till midnight.
It's absolutely uncalled for.
And now WWE's trying to do it. That shit's going to start at 8 and get over at 11 on a Friday. No thanks.
Yeah.
Now, granted, on the West Coast, it's not bad. Where I'm at, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Because it's over by 9, but still, like, what the fuck?
But, you know, I'm old, and so I want to start my going out at 6 o'clock. You know, so I can be home by 10.
Yeet.
Not start going out at 9 and then come home at 10.
Old McIntyre. So what's up with McIntyre attacking everybody that the Bloodline doesn't like?
I don't know. Or why he's attacking the old Bloodline rather than other people. I don't fucking... Shouldn't he be attacking Solo Sikoa too? Wasn't he part of the old crowd?
Oh yeah!
He hates the Bloodline.
He got loose!
What they did to him. Oh no. He was so
claim for country.
tied up before they left.
Hit him again, Drew!
Choke him. Smack him in
Whoop
the face.
that trick! Whoop that trick! Whoop that trick!
I think that's the wrong guy.
He can whoop tricks. A trick is just somebody that pays for a prostitute.
That's kind of gross.
What, a trick?
No, that you're saying that Jay pays for prostitutes.
I don't know if he pays for prostitutes.
Well, you're telling Drew McIntyre to whoop him and you're calling him a trick, and then you told me what it meant, so... Well, now you're insinuating that Jey Uso pays for prostitution. Good job, Travis.
I can't say he never has, but at the same time, I don't know. I'd have to get a hold of... Trust me, bro.
Sophie says, I don't know why the USA Network wants a 3-hour wrestling show. With Raw going back to 3 hours, it will be like 10 hours of wrestling if you include WWE pay-per-views. I'm not counting NXT.
Yeah. Or AEW.
I mean, great. You know, if you're a huge wrestling fan and like all the indie shows and stuff, I mean, it's great. But
look at the dork in front of the Raw monitor with his headband on.
Aw,
that's a dork.
He's American made.
That's a dork. His brother or whoever that is looks semi-decent. The other ones look semi-decent, but that's a dork. That's a guy you pick on in school.
Oh, man.
He gets hung up on the doorknob by his underwear.
Does he, though?
Yeah. It looks like he has a mullet, too. I'm like 99% sure I see mullet back there. Oh, no.
Well, I wonder how many times I had to practice that to get it right.
How do you have 4 wrestlers and only one can talk? 25% of their group can talk on the mic.
Chad?
Yeah.
He's the only one.
And Chad's actually pretty decent at it. No wonder he put him with this, guys.
They're like, all right, you guys need to be more popular.
And the girl...
we're going to put Chad with you because you guys are going nowhere.
And the girl looks very feminine, even though she's in really good shape.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice. She ain't Zelina Vega, but she's still nice.
Sophie says Chad versus Otis. Remember that storyline was red hot for most of the year, then they fumble the bag.
Of course they're going to fumble it. Otis has nothing to offer, and what does Chad Gable have to offer? There's no star power there on either side. Zero, zilch, nada. Is there anybody you like on that group? No. I like Tozawa a little bit.
I think he's just kind of goofy funny.
Well, yeah, but so is R-Truth. R-Truth.
And what's her face?
R-Truth is wrestling Butch tonight. Oh, and of course that's different.
Well, of course he is, because he's going to call him Butch the whole time.
Yeah, Maxine is, she's a generational talent.
Sophie also says at least there won't be any more taped shows after last week. Yeah, let's not say that, Sophie, because they can tape shows
I guarantee
just as easily.
They're going to tape some shit when there's holidays and stuff.
Oh, they're going to tape a whole bunch of stuff.
Next Christmas time, they're going to do the same shit they did this Christmas time. See, like I said, Maxine is generational. If she had longer legs and a shorter torso, she might be the greatest woman to ever walk in wrestling. But she's got those short little legs. Alpha Academy. American made. Look at her shoes. She got the old platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sophie's trying to say that Raw won't be taped that much in 25. For the first time in 3 years, Raw will be at Madison Square Garden.
Cool. Madison Square Garden's where it all originated from, basically. That's where all the shows used to originate from.
Well, I have a feeling it's going to be taped just as much in 25 as it was in 24. So.
Yeah, I mean, they'll do as many live events as they can. But it's also going to depend on if they're going to do live events before foreign pay-per-views. You know, because that's what they did this year. So when there was a foreign pay-per-view, they would do the SmackDown on TV the week before. Record it.
Yep.
Otis! That is a big dude. That is a lot of double McCheeseburgers at McDonald's. What do you think that dude eats? Like
pancakes.
A gallon of ice cream?
And pancakes. That's it.
You think he puts syrup on it?
I think he eats a lot of meat sandwiches.
You don't usually look that way if you eat meat.
Sandwiches.
That's a carburation.
Meat sandwiches.
Yeah, there's some carburation in there. Uh-oh, the 49ers are going to score here pretty soon. They're down to the 5.
Oh, no. Not
They
the 5.
could still get a first down before they score a touchdown. The Lions need to win this game and win next week to have the number 1 seed.
So he says SmackDown 3 hours will be very interesting. Not really. It'll be the same as when Raw was 3 hours,
Yeah.
Sophie. It's not going to be any different.
It's no different than what Raw was.
It's not going to be different.
Oh, shit!
It's going to be more talking, more stupid shit, more
They do a little bit more on
Congratulations.
SmackDown with the women, so there'll probably be more women's highlights or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, highlights, talking,
Uh-huh.
backstories. Oh, look what happened over the last 12 months. Let's see that in an instant replay for 20 minutes. Good God.
You gotta watch Reckoning wrestle for the Women's United States Championship week after week.
Right. Sophie says, but they haven't done a Raw in Madison Square Garden in 3 years, which I'm kind of surprised by. With Raw on Netflix now, who knows how different the schedule will look like.
Yeah, they might not need to do a lot of big stadium shows for Raw. If they have so much money coming from Netflix, it's ridiculous how much they're getting paid double what they were getting paid from USA.
Not surprising. It's called greed, and since they're owned by a ginormous corporation now, it makes more sense that they want greed instead of actual content.
Yeah, but they might be able to change things up and do content.
Yeah, but they're not going to change much of anything because they're keeping it the same rating as they were before, so it's not really going to change. Nothing's going to change. Everybody thinks it's going to be something grandiose, and it's not going to be anything good at all.
I don't think anybody thinks it's going to be grandiose, but what I think it is going to be is they're getting so much more money that they can change things in the sport. As in, like, you don't have to do big shows. They can do smaller venues. Because they don't have to worry about that revenue.
They might do anything that it's in their contract with the place that owns them, that they have to do big shows like that to continue that revenue. Because their revenue is what makes them an asset for the place that owns them.
Right, but what we're talking about is like Madison Square Garden shows. Like, normally you wouldn't have a Madison Square Garden show because it can't hold enough people. Right,
but it's just a special thing, so it's fine. Oh, one-time special thing out of the year isn't going to make or break a Raw.
Right, and I don't know why you do it with Raw anyways, because they were doing it with Saturday Night Main Event anyways.
Yeah,
that's what they did on.
Why would you bother?
And then just do your shows there. A pay-per-view would be cool there, too. Or a split pay-per-view where they do one somewhere else and at Madison Square at the same time. They used to do those, too. Where they would have 2 different pay-per-views going at the same time. But it's one show.
Right. Sophie says with Raw on Netflix, now who knows how different the schedule will look. I'm surprised there have been a lot of praise from certain fans for both Raw and SmackDown going to 3 hours. Pico says, I can never tell if my neighbor F's with me. Guess it's a false alarm. I feel like you're getting too involved with your neighbor, Pico, and it's starting to make your life drama.
You know what makes a good neighbor? A good fence.
It's true.
Just kidding.
Bronson's in the chat. Hey, Bronson says, how's it going? It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, it has.
No, it
But we're back.
It's been a couple weeks. It's been a week and a couple of days.
I feel like it's been months.
It's been
I forgot how to even use the stream.
It's been 1 week.
I forgot what we did. I was like, what are we doing on Mondays?
Literally on Friday was 1 week. Like 7 days from the last time we did a show. Like 8 days from last time we did a show. Because I did it that Wednesday. And then Friday we didn't.
Yeah. Christmas was
And then we didn't Monday, we didn't Christmas, and we didn't Friday of last week. That was 1 week.
This Wednesday will be 2 weeks for me. But I did this show. Look at that. They're down to the 49ers. Acting 4 to 90-ish. Is that a word? 4 to 90-ish?
Sure.
I like that word.
Sophie says Netflix is open to airing Raw live when they tour the UK.
I'm down. I want to see it. I want to see it right in the middle of the day. And they could play it just on repeat, too. And is Raw going to be on immediately after it's over to stream? Like, so if you miss Raw for whatever reason, can you just get on Netflix and just watch it? Mm-hmm. That would be game-changing. And hopefully they did pay for that. Look at this. Tozawa just getting thrown down like a bag of potatoes.
Oh, no.
Otis cleaning house. Lillian Garcia had to hightail it out of there in her little skirt.
No.
She's still got the skirts from the early 2000s on. Uh-oh! Maxine bringing the heat.
Sophie says Charlotte teasing her return. It looks like she might have a different character. Pico says Random Cowgirl. And Sophie says, yeah, Raw will be on immediately after it airs.
Cool. And you can just watch it anytime. That's pretty cool. I never understood, except for now I understand because of money. But I never understood when I was growing up why they didn't just replay Raw a week. Because the replays of Raw would get huge ratings on Saturdays. Mm-hmm. But then they started selling it to like Hulu or whatever. And then so you couldn't watch. They would obviously they're not going to play it on TV if they're trying to get money from Hulu. But now they're getting so much damn money from Netflix. Just makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Something going on. Hoo-ah. What is going on?
I thought we were
Is this a no disqualification match?
I guess because Otis is the one attacking them, it's different.
Uh-oh. Exploder.
Bronson says Eddie Murphy's son is engaged to Martin Lawrence's daughter in real life. Eddie and Martin were in life together. Eddie and Martin are currently writing Blue Streak 2.
Ah, that's funny. Too bad Eddie's not funny anymore.
So he says it'll be interesting what will replace Raw on the USA Network schedule after tonight.
Eddie was literally my favorite actor, comedian, whatever you want to call it, forever.
Yeah, for a long time.
But his last few movies have bombed. Beverly Hills Cop 12 or whatever, and then that one where with Jonah Hill, where he was like a weird stepdad or weird father.
You liked it, and I was just like, no.
I like it. I just didn't hate it like you did. Yeah. And then he did that Christmas show. Like, none of them are funny. Like, he doesn't bring the funny anymore. Yeah, when he did Beverly Hills Cop, he didn't even do his laugh, his patented laugh.
Yeah, he refused.
And obviously there's a reason. He
just refused. He refused to do it. He was like, I got rid of that a long time ago, and I refused to ever do it again. Mm-hmm. That was his reasoning behind it. Huh. When I wondered about it, because I wondered about it in it. Get him, Odie.
Right before Chad puts him away.
Oh, no. There's a girl trying to keep him away.
She was trying to get a hug.
Sophie, it says if Raw does go live in the middle of the day, it could affect a lot of watch-along channels.
Yeah, it'd be fine, though.
And people, it says Eddie has had some cringe movies the last few years.
Yeah, and he was the greatest in the business. Like when he was Donkey, and what was the dragon on that one show with the girl? Mulan. Dude, there's nothing funnier than that dragon in that show. Nothing. Like, you can get equal to, but there's nothing funnier than that dragon.
Sophie says Blue Streak 2 is Blue Streak kind of like what Bad Boys become.
Huh. That'd be cool. Chad Gable with the dub.
Oh, with a submission win, huh?
He made him tap.
Weird. Bronson says Eddie Murphy can do a pretty good impression of Richard Pryor's laugh.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you go back and listen to his stand-up stuff, he did him. He did the other guy, the rapist guy. What was his name?
Bill Cosby.
Bill Cosby. He did all those guys. He did them so well, too.
People says, we don't come to Metallica concerts for new material. Give us the hits, damn it.
Right, exactly.
But it's true, right? I mean...
Oh, did you hear Metallica's new album? No. Is it country? You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't think they're doing that. I'm just saying.
Right.
Like, no.
No, I didn't listen to their new crap. I want to hear their old crap. I want to hear the old people up there singing their old shit to see how bad it really sounds.
Like Guns N' Roses. Don't go to those concerts. Other than you're live at a concert.
Right.
It doesn't sound anything like Guns N' Roses anymore.
Oh, I bet not.
Welcome to the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
Bronson says Shrek 5 will be coming out on July 1st, 26. Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz are returning as the voices of Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona.
Cool. Nothing better than Mike Myers. I kind of wish he would start making some more Austin Powers movies or something. That dude's the shiznit. You know, he did that Love Guru, and I don't hate it, you know?
Right.
But he's like the same guy as he was in the Austin Powers films. And so it's like...
So it doesn't really like it.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, obviously he was not British in there. He was more Indian or whatever, because it's a guru thing.
Yeah.
Everything you did to me. My Liv Morgan impersonation. She croaks like a frog. Why? Because she
Bobby's not
like
in here to give you props for it. Me dirty time. I've been having so much fun.
That's how she is.
It's like she has to talk slow so she doesn't fuck up words because she's too stupid to actually be able to say anything cool. It's like, oh my god. Anyway, Sophie's like, rip to Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Crack Corn.
How about more like rip to Greg Gumbel? I'm kind of more sad about that.
Yeah, I mean, Carter
was fucking 100 years old and looked like a goddamn gross skeleton. The poor guy probably should have been dead like 10 years ago.
Yeah, he was like 100, I think.
He was.
But he is a former
dude.
President, even though he was like a one-term president and he wasn't very good at it. But, you know, good for him for living 100 years. I want to live 100 years, but I don't want to look like a skeleton, so no. I don't know how that works.
I don't know either. Bronson says not sure about Antonio Banderas returning as the voice of Puss in Boots in Shrek 5.
I wonder why he wouldn't, though. I mean, it's not like he has a job or anything.
Like he has a job.
Yeah, because Antonio Banderas is sought after in Hollywood.
Oh, he might be. You don't know.
I'm
kidding.
TV.
I have no idea. Do you?
A movie.
He's not on this crap we're watching right now. It's the only TV we usually watch.
Yeah, exactly. And if he's not on wrestling, then he
doesn't exist. And Andrade is a poor substitute.
Yeah. Why is Rackrod trying to pretend she has boobs?
Well, she kind of does now that she's a little fluffier.
She's like, I'm fat, so I have boobs. Those aren't boobs. She's got.
Well, if she squishes them together enough and just puts it all in one place, you have a boob or two.
Hey, look, more denim. She's wearing is that a Canadian wedding dress? I know what a Canadian tuxedo is, but...
Well, it's only a top. Her pants are leather, so I'm not sure.
As she loses. Liv's losing next Monday. I'm calling it right now.
Yes, lose.
And hopefully they can move on from that storyline.
God, get her away from it. Like, go tell her to do something else.
Maybe she could start making the new Harry Potter series.
Pico's like, alright, here's the memoriam portion of the cap. Sophie says, I think 26 Toy Story 5 is also coming out. Your thoughts on Rhea versus Liv in a last woman standing match for next week?
Love it. I want Rhea to win, even though I don't want Rhea to be champion. I just don't want to see Liv on my television for a few months. And if she loses, maybe we can get that. Maybe they can do something else with her.
That'd be great.
Move her to SmackDown and have her wrestle somebody over there.
People says, "Okay, who died that we hardly knew, Sophie?" Sophie's like, some actress died today as well, but I don't remember her name.
Was she old or young?
Bronson says Toy Story 5 will be coming out on June 19th, 26. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen are returning as the voices of Woody and Buzz. Sophie says, "Oh, that's right. You guys weren't around when Greg Gumbel died."
No.
Well, we were around. We just weren't on here.
I didn't die. I almost died.
Darian's in the chat. Where can I watch Raw free? My stream broke down.
You know,
Eventually
it's going to be on Netflix next weekend.
You might have to just do some searching.
The old-fashioned searching.
Somebody says there was another actress that died last week, but I don't remember what show she was on. People's like, nah, due to copyright, we can't show the USA Network. Or anything.
Uh-oh. He just said Butch. What's up? What's up? What's up?
Oh, God, he got attacked by that jerk.
Fucking Butch.
I hate
God
that man.
Damn it.
Butch.
He needs to go back to NXT. He was doing so good down there.
Sophie says Tim Allen said he already recorded most of his lines for the new Toy Story movie. So both Shrek 5 and Toy Story 5 are coming like a couple weeks apart.
Do you know Tim Allen is the only felon Disney's ever hired?
Bronson says Hocus Pocus 3 is in the works.
Hell yeah!
If they decide to make a third Beetlejuice, it should definitely be called Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, but they'll probably have to, they'll call it that, but they'll probably spell the last name different, like Beetlejuice, and then it'll be
Beetle, ...
Yeah.
Sophie says with Rhea versus Liv in the last women's standing match, it opens the door for Liv to retain.
Boo.
Pico's like, are we 50? We're totally 50. Pico, totally 50.
Look at that. The
so
Rams
says,
got
it
their
was an
extra
old
point.
woman. And Pico's like, Jimmy Carter, he was president in the 70s.
He was.
Sure was.
Right up until Reagan.
He was,
76, 77, 78, 79.
not the dirties and the tactics.
If they're wrestling each other, which it's not going to happen. I mean, obviously, I don't want Io to win this tournament. I wouldn't mind Dakota. I want to hear her say honestly again. That's cute. Yeah. Belongs to Damage Control. It's like our house. The dogs. That's happening now, I think. And the legacy.
There was some lady that was on a TV sitcom called Alice.
Huh. Never heard of it.
Linda Levine or Levine.
Huh.
That's who. I saw something about it earlier.
Pure Fusion Collective. Oh, Sonya's not going to stay out there?
Oh, no! Gosh darn it.
Can't win them all, I guess. Zoe Stark. Zoe does look better with brown hair. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that.
She's had it for a while. You just noticed it now?
It's the first time I cared to notice, but yeah.
Oh.
She's in the semifinals, baby.
Yeah.
PFC.
So it was like, wonder with Raw and Netflix if it will be easier for copyright. No.
It'll be way worse. It'll be harder.
It will be way harder. So he says my mom loved Jimmy Carter. Not surprising.
Really? That's an interesting president to like. Was she a Ford fan too?
Probably. They're liberal in any way. They love those guys. Love them.
Ford?
And Carter. Yeah.
Ford was a Republican, but I could be
I
wrong.
don't think he was.
Ford only did one term, so
So
how did
did
Carter
Carter.
be? Right, so the sitting president didn't become president again? Dakota!
I guess he was Republican. He took it over when Nixon resigned.
I was going to say, didn't he just take it over when Nixon quit?
Mm-hmm.
You know what, the funny part about Watergate is it wasn't even a big deal. It's just that he lied.
True.
That's it. Like, the actual event is fucking stupid.
Oh, it is. It's the dumbest thing.
Don't lie about stupid shit. Jesus.
Especially when it can get found out. Like, come on. Let's not. Oh, God. Sophie's like, listen who the true WWE fans are next week.
Yes.
So it says Booker T is wrestling Zilla Fatu in January.
Oh, that's disgusting. I don't even know who Zola Fatu is, but...
I don't even care. That's just dumb. Robbie's like, what is good? Not much, Robbie.
Everything.
What's good with you? So he says, your thoughts on Cody versus Kevin in a ladder match at the Rumble?
It's alright. Keeps him out of the Rumble.
Piccolo says, I think of Zoltan when she throws up the hand signal. right? The Z. Sophie says, I'm surprised you guys weren't live for SmackDown this past Friday since it was live, not taped.
Yeah, I know. But she was sick still. I didn't feel very good either, to be honest. I've been waiting just to get a good night's sleep. And I think last night I got it.
Robbie says Dakota looking tidy. Sophie says next week is also the start of the road to Mania.
Well, sort of. It's the road to the road. Because the Royal Rumble is the road to WrestleMania, the winner. So it's like, I always call it the road to the road.
Bronson says the Santa Claus was the first leading role for Tim Allen, and Disney has a strict policy on hiring ex-cons because Tim Allen is known for having a criminal record. There was an exception made in this case.
Yeah, he sold or didn't sell. He got pulled over with like over a pound of crack. Cocaine. He had like a pound and a half of cocaine.
It was because he was a snitch. That's the only reason
and then
why.
He snitched, and then so he only
why they were more lenient. They're like, oh, it's fine. Sophie says most of my family loved Jimmy Carter. Ravi says this match has got some energy. Piccolo says, Ravi, how was your Boxing Day? And Ravi says, Yo, Cola, it was decent. Spent it watching football. How was yours?
Heat. What does Boxing Day mean?
It's about boxes, not boxing.
I know. I'm just, like, is that when you do presents or something? Is that what the boxes are for?
Mm-mm. No.
Like pretty boxes?
No.
I just want to know what a Boxing Day is about. I know what it is. I've heard about it my whole life. I just don't know what it is about. Was there a professional athlete named Box? Or a king that was named Box? So they have a day named after Box. Zoe Stark in picture over there. So who's going to win this one? You think Zoe's going to win this? I'm going to say Dakota wins this.
It was made to give gifts to servants.
Ah. The lower classes. Whatever happened to the separation of the classes?
It was once a day to donate gifts. The Mania Boxing Day is a gift-giving holiday that originated in the United Kingdom during the Victorian era.
Nice.
It's celebrated on December 26th, the day after Christmas, and is observed in several Commonwealth nations. The name Boxing Day has multiple theories for its origin, including gifts for servants, churches collecting alms, British naval ships, and St. Stephen's Day.
Nice.
Today, Boxing Day is more of a day for shopping and eating Christmas leftovers, similar to Black Friday in the United States. Other traditions include special sporting events and fox hunting. Since the United States doesn't widely celebrate Boxing Day because it originated in Britain at least 60 years after the U.S. declared independence, however, Massachusetts Governor William F. Weld declared the holiday would be recognized in the state in 1996.
Nice. Bring back the separation of the classes. I want to give somebody a present on the 26th.
So Triple H said at that Netflix press event Raw on January 6th that it is the beginning of the road to Mania.
Of course he did. He wants people to watch it. It's just like there's 7 main events at WrestleMania. Why is there 7 main events at WrestleMania? So people watch it. When in reality, there's 1.
Sophie, anytime Triple H opens his mouth, it's just stupid that comes out. I don't even know why anybody pays attention to him anymore.
Well, you have to be able to recognize when they're trying to sell you something, right? It's like somebody coming to your door, knocking on it, saying, "Hey, do you have a blender? I just happen to have a blender." They're trying to sell you the greatest blender that's ever blended anything. That's all it is. It's just like night 7 of WrestleMania's main events. It's like, stop. There's 1 main event. It's whoever goes on last. Period.
Pico says we don't have Boxing Day, LOL. I just know about it through Twitch streamers in London. Sophie says, Tim Allen, I'm not that big of a fan of his. It is also, day 6 of Hanukkah or something, a holiday not that many people talk about.
I don't know anything about Hanukkah.
Ravi says, I didn't leave the house Boxing Day. There was no need to, LOL.
Yeah, you gotta go shopping. It's like Black Friday. Can you do it online?
Bronson says there is a British actor named Jim Carter. He's 76. He was born on August 1948. He's still alive. He played the villain in The Little Vampire.
Come on, Dakota. Uh-oh. Oh, shit!
She fell on her face with a butt.
That was devastating.
Pico says that's totally obscure trivia. Hardly know. Right?
I've never seen that move performed in my entire life.
Well, now you did.
Yep, that's
now
the first.
You can say that you have seen it.
It was like a spinning backstabber to the back of the head. Yeah, look at it. Show us it again, Dakota. Make it your finisher. Do it to Nia Jax.
Let's see how well that works out.
Like a gut-wrench suplex. Boom! That's a lot of knee. 1, 2, and Dakota kicks out.
Robbie says, what I did that day was stay in bed till midday and then watch footballs from 2 till 10. Happy days.
Hell yeah.
That's the way to do it.
I think I watched some of those games.
We did. We watched some of the soccer.
I watched Manchester United get beat.
We did. The Wolves or whatever.
They lost by 2.
Liverpool.
And then the next game, I'm pretty sure I slept through the whole thing. I cannot stay awake through a soccer game. The crowd is so soothing, and it's just so like they just make like this bee noise, like zzz.
Yeah, it's a white noise.
And it's the same the whole time. I don't know how they managed to just have the same noise the whole time.
I don't know either.
Uh-oh, Zoe 2-Ed! Dakota barely gets that shoulder up.
Robbie's like, Zoe means business.
She's going to have to get a gut check. See if her intestines having fortitude in them.
Not the fortitude.
I like Zoe's hair.
I thought you didn't like it.
I said brown's definitely better.
Oh.
That's what I said. Like, her hair's way better. It's actually kind of cute. Like, she did a really good job with her hair. Like, the cut and the curl, like, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of doesn't go with her character, but
right.
It's all good. Oh, God! Kicked her right in the titty. Right in the side tit. She won with a side kick to the tit.
We knew Dakota Kai was gonna win.
I did call it. You can rewind the tape if you need to. That means that Valkyria is probably going to be Io, which is fine. I don't care about Io, but
it'd be weird if it was both of them winning or going up against each other. It'd be weird.
I mean, it could. When is the final? Next week on Raw?
Probably.
I just want to know how this won. She kicked her right in the tit.
She probably meant her head. So they played it off. People says C2 is much a better tournament than the women's IC tourney. Yeah. Yeah, it was.
What are we done? What's C2?
This is a much better tournament than the women's IC tourney.
What is that?
I don't know.
You just agreeing?
I'm just agreeing. Anything's better than this tournament. This tourney is bad. Sophie says, did you see that CM Punk came out in a towel at a house show?
I did. He had a shower cap on.
Ew.
It was weird.
What a weirdo.
It
Why?
Was just gayness.
Ew. Robbie's like, Liverpool, my team, doing bits on top of the league. Sophie says, your thoughts on AEW? What about them?
The pay-per-view was okay. I didn't hate it. It was good to see Kenny Omega come back.
Yeah, in an odd capacity.
He fired Chris Daniels.
I don't think he fired him. I think they fired him and put him in his
whatever.
place. Bronson says Tim Allen and Spencer Breslin were in 4 movies together. The Santa Claus 2, the Santa Claus 3, the Shaggy Dog, and Zoom. P. Cole says, whoa, how awesome. Dakota wins. Meh. Bronson says Mike Myers and Spencer Breslin were in the Cat in the Hat, which is awful.
What name are they saying?
Spencer Breslin? I don't know him.
I'm trying to think of a movie that he's in with, so I know who they are. But
I don't know. Robbie says, who's winning the IC title? I hope it's Dakota Kai at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I don't want the Dakota's buddy EO to win it, and I definitely don't want the Irish girl to win it.
Valkyria.
Yeah, she just isn't that great. So Dakota would be perfect, except for I don't think you could have a Dakota and a Chelsea Green type. I know Dakota's not the Chelsea Green, but she kind of is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just not really talented. Even though Chelsea is talented.
Robbie says, didn't watch the AEW pay-per-view. It was too long for me. I don't blame you.
It was alright. I watched the whole thing.
Of course you did. Ugh.
Sasha Banks'
a horrible way to spend my
clothes
Saturday.
Or whatever she had on was weird.
Sophie says this is a good video package for all the people that haven't watched every moment of Raw.
Yeah, that's what we need is more video packages. That's what we're going to get with an extra hour, though.
Yeah, Sophie, this is what you'll have to look forward to. Multitudes of it. Like over and over and over and over and over again. At least an hour of the show will be that. Plus extra advertisements for you, too. Good luck and congratulations. That's what you get with a 3-hour show. There will be the same amount of wrestling, just more talky. It's dumb as fuck. It'll be boring and stupid. Don't worry, the first couple of shows they'll make really exciting so you don't notice it on the next ones. But it'll start to be all blah. I'm like, no.
Oh, look at Seth in the back with the man. Postman Pierce.
People's like, to be honest, they could do highlights all night. Sophie says Lyra versus Io happened in the Queen of the Ring and Lyra won that match. Robbie says, LOL, you chose to watch. Whatever. I was upstairs sitting in my chair and Travis was like, putting it on this. And he wanted to hang out, so I had no choice. Robbie's like, oh no, not repeats, D, LOL. Sophie says, and next week also begins the John Cena retirement show.
Yeah, it does.
Pico says Lyra wants to be a Rocketeer wholeheartedly.
Did you see that? Nothing wrong with that.
Kicking her leg up.
Hurts like a mofo.
Bronson says Spencer Breslin played Conrad in The Cat in the Hat. Dakota Fanning played Sally in The Cat in the Hat. They played brother and sister in it. Kelly Preston plays their mom in it.
Oh, okay. So he was the kid.
I still don't remember him.
He's kind of goofy.
Well, if he's the kid in the Santa Claus 2, then I get it.
Yeah, he'd be an elf.
Oh.
He would have been the head elf in part 2. The one that can't figure out the mean Santa Claus or whatever in part 3.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about? He has that like weird lisp almost.
Yeah. He's a little chunky.
Uh-huh. That kid.
Yeah. The Sophie says, I meant retirement tour. Oh, retirement tour. It's the same thing, Sophie. Sophie says with Raw and Netflix, they don't have any hard stop like they do now. They could end at any time. They're going to have a hard stop, though, Sophie, because, one, you have people paying for tickets on their show, right? And, two, they're only going to have so much time in their slot for a live event. So it's not like they are not constricted to staying within that time. They might go over a couple minutes or something like they have before in the past on USA, but they're not going to go over like, oh, well, we decided to make this show 4 hours long. That's not going to happen. Picola says Dominik looking more like Dr. Mindbender with a mullet.
Right.
Bronson says Kelly Preston was John Travolta's wife in real life. She was born on October 13th, 1962. She passed away on July 12th, 2020. She sure did.
Yep. She probably knew something that she wasn't supposed to.
That's a good possibility. Weren't they the ones that, like, their kid died and, like, they had, like, a kid late in life or something and it was weird and everybody was creeped out by it?
Yeah, and they wouldn't give it its medication because they didn't believe in medication.
Yeah, something like that. Sophie says Dirty Dom got voted most improved wrestler.
He doesn't even
By
wrestle.
who? Like, who voted for this, Sophie? Who made these votings?
He's, like, terrible.
It's like those weird polls that they take. Who fucking did they poll? Like, where did these polls come from?
The internet.
Yeah, but where? Like, who? Like,
Twitter.
who was it? Like, on a specific site? Like,
Probably.
you know, like, where did it come from?
Dominik. Improved at wrestling. I mean, I guess anybody would improve if they are absolute shit and then they can do a drop kick.
Not the drop kick, Travis.
Well, Bianca Belair can't do a drop kick.
Just like him. That's funny.
What?
Oh, he's saying that he looks just like this guy. Only he has a mullet. So Dom looks like him.
Maybe after he wrestles his dad, they can have a hair versus hair match. Or hair versus mask match.
That's funny.
Bosa, he's so fucking good.
Blow.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
So he's like, by all the wrestling channels.
Oh.
Well, how come we didn't get in on that? Because I wouldn't have voted that he was the most improved wrestler.
Not even close.
Out of every wrestler out there, including the indies, or just wrestlers in Raw and SmackDown. And if that's the case, there's way other wrestlers in Raw and SmackDown that have shown more improvement than he ever has. Robbie's like, is that right? All the wrestling channels?
Like Damian Priest.
Right?
He's improved way more than Dominik over the last year.
Right?
Shit, he became champion.
Somebody says, did you hear they didn't do the tribute to the Troop shows that they started in 2002 or 2003?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Triple H isn't going to do that.
He hates those kind of people. He hates anything to do with that kind of stuff. He's a bigot.
It's just a hassle. Is this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Probably.
But they're making it like a drama? Yeah,
Mhm.
Bel-Air. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's dumb. Nobody cares.
This shit was great because it was funny.
Right? And then they're like, no, we
gotta dramatize
don't do
this.
that anymore.
I kind of want to watch it just to see if it's any good, though. Will Smith is directing it.
Oh, is he? I don't know if I really feel like that's a good thing.
Well, as long as he's not diddling the kids.
Sure.
Allegedly diddling kids. Smile, you wrong, cricket.
Nobody. I'm not texting anybody. That's not texting.
What did you buy?
I don't know.
Pillow?
No.
I had those pajamas when I was a kid. That Dominik has hung.
Oh, yeah. His,
they glowed in the dark.
Yeah.
I had the blue ones and Trion had the black one. But they had the white bones, so no matter what, when we were outside, we just had bones.
And they, whatchamacallit it?
Glow in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Viking Raiders. Pimpin' hose. He's a dad for the second time. He can't keep Sarah off her back. She wants to be barefoot and pregnant. I'm pretty sure she even wrestled barefoot, didn't she?
Maybe.
Are you not listening to me? About Sarah.
Oh, yeah, she did. She did do some barefoot
wrestling. That's what I'm saying, now she's pregnant barefoot. She even wrestles barefoot. She's like, I want to be pregnant. It's my ambition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yay. Damian Priest.
Bronson says Kelly Preston was also the mother of John Travolta's son and daughter. Their son was born on 92 and passed away on January 2009. Not a very good way to start the new year.
Yeah.
Pickle says, I choose Kyle Fletcher as the most improved
if we're
wrestler.
doing
Braun Breaker.
anybody in wrestling, then yeah, Kyle Fletcher's one of the best. Although he did lose on Saturday, but he is by far better, more improved than fucking Dominik Mysterio.
So this tribute to the troops was also kind of a JBL idea. I'm surprised Triple H didn't want to do a tribute to the troops this year since he took part of most of his career. The women have main evented Raw for most of this year. And Piccolo says, so glad the Viking experience is getting some airtime. Yeah, they're the winners now. They're like, title winners and shit.
Woo! Look at that. The Lions.
They finally got some points.
Another touchdown. They missed the last extra point, so We'll see if they go for another extra point or go.
Well, that's no fun. Missing extra points. What the fuck is wrong with them?
I think it was blocked, but still.
Yeah.
Judgment Day. I'm pretty sure they're done, right? They got a fork sticking in them.
I would think so.
The Judgment Day. Is there anything left for the Judgment Day? What's McDough gonna do? Just get released? Think he'll get his walking papers? And what about Corlito? Whatever. Whose idea was it to sign him back to wrestling?
I have no.
Has he even
probably
wrestled,
Triple
but maybe
H.
3 times? We know he spits in the face of people that aren't cool, but he hasn't done that even. So, what's he doing? Uh-oh, Big Head comes in there. Big kick right to the head by Damien. Oh, throws him into the ropes. Big uppercut right there by Damien. Oh, shit, Eric. Poor McDough. When's that start? We already know. It's like the 13th or something.
It's like the 7th. Or 8th. Yeah, 7th.
That's coming
next
up soon.
Tuesday.
Nice. Oh, God. This with the clothesline. Finn Balor still wrestling somehow into his mid-40s.
Although his back's broken. Feels like a lot of Cowgirl fans crying on Sunday. Yeah, they lost their chance.
They lost again. Do they ever win? Kind of a shit team is the Cowboys. Jerry! It's time to quit. Hang it up. Hire a GM and go vacation. Go change the weather. You know what I mean? Just hire a GM.
Just hire him?
Yeah, obviously he's got a job now, but Bill Belichick would have been perfect. Hey, Bill, you want to run my Cowboys for the next 10 years?
Right.
I'm leaving. I'm going to go live.
Rob is like, D, was your gifts appreciated by Ayla's kids? They never got them.
They're still here. There's one right there. There's 2 in there. 3 in the front room. I'm sure they will be. Oh, so Ivar just tagged in and then out real quick. Uh-oh. Finn Balor playing Captain Save-A-Ho from Boise, Idaho. Oh, shit! Both of them down right on top of the table. Oh, Damien coming over to see if Finn's okay.
What?
Did you see it was a hook and ladder?
Oh, and he made another touchdown?
Hook and lateral. No, it's the same one.
Oh, that touchdown. Oh, they're just doing replays of it.
But the guy caught it like this. He's like, ugh, and then he pitched it to him.
Oh, I see.
It's what, what's his name's always trying to do for Kansas City.
Yeah, that dumbass. Bronson says, we said earlier that Tim Allen was caught with crack. Dwayne Johnson used to be addicted to heroin. I apologize if that offends anyone.
Why would that offend somebody?
I figured he would be. I mean, he's okay with sticking himself with, testosterone and whatchamacallit steroids. So I'm sure he's not afraid of needles in any way. So it really doesn't surprise me any that he had a heroin addiction. I'd be surprised if he still doesn't.
The Rock said,
I like heroin.
Is that true? I'm going to have to ask, trust me, bro. Was it when he was in college or right after college? Before he was a wrestler? I can see that.
Yeah.
When he's Rocky Movia? We need a hair. You ever seen him with hair? He looks so weird.
Yes, I have actually.
Like when he plays the Scorpion King.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. Robbie's like, LOL, still here. And Pico says, how's Ayla been? Sick?
I think she died.
I think she died.
From sickness. She's down with the sickness. Gotta be tied.
It's gotta be
for
tied.
better, clean for less? It's gotta be.
It's gotta be.
It's like Dominik. It's gotta be a champion one of these days.
Right?
You think Dominik's gonna break Roman Reigns' title run?
Maybe.
2,000 days. Shatter Hogan's. I heard he's the most improved wrestler in the world.
Is he?
That's what I heard.
Well, there you
from
go.
all wrestling channels. So, it's accurate. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Friday Night SmackDown, live on the USA Network. 3 hours. Boom!
3 hours?
3 hours.
Not the 3 hours.
Wrestling's going from 4 hours to 6 hours. Boom! 32 years. It's been on cable TV, and now it's leaving.
Well, now they'll have to start all over. Pigo says, still need to finish our script for the Latinx version of Brady Bunch.
Oh, gosh.
You'd have to go back and listen to what we said and, write it all up. Because I don't even remember. We went off, so many tangents of crazy with that. Robbie says, Kansas City, I hear it's a great place to be.
I'm sure it is.
Bronson says, what I mean was, I hope that doesn't get me in trouble for sharing that on the live stream. That's
no, you'll be fine.
If they didn't delete your comment, they don't care. I don't care. We don't care.
Nobody cares about heroin.
Picola says, maybe Chris attended Raw, y'all. Maybe he did. Maybe Chris is there right now.
Are they in Houston?
I don't know. Yeah, they're in Houston, Texas.
Well, there you go.
Maybe Chris went. Maybe he decided to go. Robbie says, gotta be champ, the best champ in the planet. 3 hours of nothing but wrestling. It's only 2 tonight.
Yeah, that doesn't start till Friday next year, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, cartwheel!
That's so next year. Nobody cares about that.
2025. They're moving on up. War Raiders! Oh shit, nobody was home. He might have tore something.
Nothing, nobody home.
Oh, Carlito. Finn's holding on to his leg. Don't be too close to that guy's butt. It's kind of big. There's a lot of fabric on that butt. Uh-oh. Dominik gets brought into the ring unceremoniously. Kind of a dick move. Big right hand by Damien. Damien picks him up, drops him down on his guts. Oh, no. Not on his face. Like a drunk college guy.
His poor face.
Falling on his face. Oh, shit! I don't even know what that was. Uh-oh. Damien. Looking like he belonged in Mad Max and the Madman.
Mad Max and the Madman.
Oh, shit! Clothesline. Lariat style. Choke slam. It's coming. What's happening? Oh, chop block. Dominik Mysterio, the most improved wrestler in the world. Oh, shit. Apple flew everywhere.
Apple bits everywhere.
Oh.
That's funny. Apple bits everywhere.
Everywhere. Oh, no.
Apple bits.
But his knee isn't going to be able to hold him up, see? It's all weak. Wobbly. Little crucifix bomb. Oh, Hurricane Rana! 619. Damn bitch fine. Nope, nobody was home. That's it. 1, 2, 3. The most improved wrestler of the year loses the last match of the year.
To Damian Priest. Oh,
to
man.
Damian, the go-getter Priest.
Robbie says Friday, SmackDown DU licking your lips for that extra hour of power. Yeah. Pico says sure does not feel like we're halfway through this decade.
Sisters before misters. Yeah, in like just 2 days, it's going to be closer to 2050 than it is to 2020. Or 20. Like 2000.
2000.
Yeah. Nuts. We're going to be a quarter of the way done.
Bronson says, did my comment about Dwayne Johnson get deleted? No, it didn't.
No, it should still be there.
That's why I said, like, they don't care. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to get deleted, honey. We don't care. I don't care.
I don't care if he's smoking crack.
Robbie says, blindside attack. And then Pico's like, damn, the dummy laughing. Instant squash. Not the squishing. He never forgets. He's like an elephant. Not over
it
yet.
It ain't over until the fat lady sings. Uh-oh. That lady was coming up behind Jay, and she hid. She's like, I'm not supposed to be on TV.
I'm not supposed to be on.
She's walking. She's
like, oh, God, there's a camera. Run away. Run away.
You still want to fight? Next week. Live on Netflix. Monday night. Ooh. Jay versus Drew. Yeet.
He's like, I can't even say I'm so upset. We're so upset. I can't even say.
He can't use words.
I can't even use my words. I'm so upset. The answer is yes. Yes, that's what I want. I want him to die. The deaths of 1,000 deaths.
Face to face, CM Punk. It's Seth freaking Rollins.
Seth Rollins.
Are they going to wrestle on Monday also? Is everybody wrestling?
Everybody's wrestling on Monday.
Anybody's going to wrestle on Monday.
It's true.
Anybody.
Anybody. Not just anybody, but anybody and everybody.
That's ever been anybody.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, look. Penta. Lots of titles. Do you think it'll be Charlotte that attacked Jade?
Maybe. Doubtful.
Me too. I think it's obviously Naomi, but could be Bianca, I guess, if they want to go that route.
Right. Robbie says, so what is new on Raw tonight? Because nothing has kept me awake.
Nothing really good. It's just one of those shows. They're just trying to end the era. I feel like they're putting too much effort into the start of the next era.
Yep.
When they need to close this one down. They should have Hulk Hogan out there. They should have Goldberg and... not that Goldberg really made Raw, but... they need to bring out some legends. Even Shawn Michaels, for fuck's sakes. Bret Hart should be there.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it makes no sense that they're just like, nah.
You could even have Triple H come out there.
They're like, we hate everything.
Dave Bautista. Just shut it down with some legends that wrestled on there. Ric Flair. Have them come out just wooing. Woo, 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 woo,
Can they?
Woo. Do whatever they want.
No, I mean, can they have him? I thought he worked for the other place.
I don't think he has a job at all.
Oh, he just does.
Pretty sure that's a fumble.
Every once in a while. Hey, call the play dead. He's like, I'm just gonna run down here anyway.
Well, you just want to make sure. He threw the ball straight at the ground like he was grounding it, but I don't know if he was throwing it backwards. See? Did it go forward? Yeah, it went forward.
I don't know what the fuck that was.
He's trying not to get intentional grounding. And there's
He's like, oh, I threw it there
like,
to that guy. That guy's like, oh, am I supposed to get that?
No, he's like, I feel bad.
I feel like I got this.
If I got a fucking dropped pass because of that throw, I'd be pissed at my quarterback. What the fuck was that?
Like, and it's on your record. Like, dude, you're gonna be, I'm gonna murder you later.
Oh, look, he caught a ball. Uh-oh. Wingstop. Make sure you stop and shop at Wingstop. That's what the commercial said. This isn't a commercial for Wingstop. I'm not promoted.
Travis is promoting Wingstop. Just so you know.
They do have a very good, like, sauce. Like, it's a hot wing sauce. Jalapenos or something. It's really good.
The mango habanero?
Yeah. Mango habanero. Mango habanero.
Sophie says, there are rumors they might make the Rumble 2 nights in 26, and Money in the Bank is rumored to go 2 nights in 27.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait till they start just doing everything 2 nights. Raw 2 nights, SmackDown 2 nights.
They are making that first Raw on Netflix like a mini WrestleMania. Rumors are we might get Cody versus Cena or Cena versus Logan Paul at Mania.
Hell yeah.
This is the go-home show for the Raw on Netflix premiere.
I mean, I hope we get Logan Paul versus Cena at Mania, because that would be good. And it would be a great way to end it with Cena.
Right?
Because you could have Cena win that one, but I would have Logan win it personally. The only way you could really get away with it is that if Paul was a good guy, beating Cena in his last match.
That's true.
Although I'd rather see Cena win the championship, but which one? You gonna beat Gunther? Because he ain't beating Cody. That would be dumb. And then who would he lose it to? Paul?
I don't know. It'd be weird. Or Howie would lose it.
They have so many championships. I guess they could just make another one. Have a third heavyweight championship.
Just make
or have John Cena win the NXT championship.
Just have everybody have championships.
I don't even know who. Is it Trick still?
I don't remember.
I think Trick's the champion again in NXT.
Is he?
Trick versus John Cena for John Cena's 17th championship.
Pickle's like, yep, at least Undertaker.
Yeah.
Sophie says we don't know how both Raw and SmackDown rosters will look after this week.
Isn't it funny? I always forget about The Undertaker because I was never a fan. Ever. And
that makes sense.
Ever a fan of The Undertaker. Like when Brock beat him, I was so excited. I was like a geek.
That's funny.
I remember being upset that I knew Brock was going to lose that match, and I was just kind of almost sick by it. You know, because he had never lost. He was 21-0 or whatever.
Right.
And I was just like, fuck, this is going to be dumb. And he beat him, and it was just like, I'm never voting against him ever again.
That's funny.
Then they had Roman beat him like 2 years later. And they fucked up there, too. What they should have done is not had Brock wrestle him. Then the next year, they could have done the Bray Wyatt one and had Bray beat him. But instead, they had The Undertaker beat Bray and then lose to Roman. So he's had 2 losses at Mania. And one's Brock and one's Roman. Uh-oh. What's happening? That's shamey.
Shame. Sophie says, we don't know how both Raw and SmackDown rosters will look after this week. Sophie says, football isn't over. I thought it was. Piccolo says, stop, drop, shut it down, open up, Wingstop. Robbie says, 2 nights Raw. It's giving heartburn just thinking about it.
I know.
Sophie says, but they can't make the Mania card because they don't know if The Rock is going to be on it.
Who cares?
Who cares?
Nobody cares about The Rock.
Like, old has-been anyways.
You cannot build your roster around The Rock.
Piccolo says, turtlenecks give off a massive hill heat.
Yes.
Well, they do for this guy.
Even the women. It really does work.
Sophie says, Gunther versus Goldberg is rumored for Mania. And Robbie says, wow, peasants, you gonna take being called that, D? What do I care?
I mean, I'm okay with it if Goldberg wins, but I don't think they should do that with Gunther.
Yeah.
But
I think it'd ruin him.
But if Goldberg wins, I'm okay with that match.
Yeah, but what are they going to do? Take the title off of him?
I would hope they'd take it off before if you're going to have
So
Goldberg.
they're going to fuck him over like they did
Bobby
Lashley?
That's how you would do it, because you don't want that to be a title match.
Mm-hmm. Robbie's like shameless coming to give a beat down. Sophie says at one point Mark Henry was going to defeat The Undertaker at the Mania they fought, but Vince changed his mind.
You would hope so. Mark Henry ain't that good. Like, legendary good. Like, Mark Henry's awesome. It's my daughter's favorite wrestler. Like, I get it. Like, he's awesome. The Hall of Pain. But he's not. I understand the levels of the business.
Robbie says, D, it's your mate, Raymond Mysterious. And then Sophie said The Rock is part of that board of directors, though. Yeah, and that's why he should keep his fucking nose out of the goddamn shit.
Yeah, like, whoop-de-doo, Basil.
Like, that's the only reason why his dumbass bitch daughter has a fucking job like she has. It's ridiculous.
Zelina Vega, looking like a dime. That's a 10.
Yeah, take your BS somewhere else, bitches.
I think Ray took his mic skills from Liv. You talk exactly the same. You gotta shut down any ego. Look how tiny these guys are. Let's not forget that Kofi and Woods are tiny. They're small wrestlers. When you're the same size as Zelina Vega, you probably don't belong in wrestling if you're a dude.
There's challenges?
Just show us Zelina Vega. That's all we really care about.
Sophie says, before Brock, there were talks of Randy, CM Punk, Bray to beat The Undertaker to beat the streak.
Yeah, I mean, I can see Bray. Obviously, you know, unforeseen events and Bray passing away doesn't help.
No.
But he could have been a legend. Now he's, you know, what could have been.
It's true.
And he did great, but he's not, you know, what could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can just speculate of how great he could have been. I personally didn't like the Fiend stuff. I like the Wyatt family stuff way better. But in this business, sometimes you have to reinvent yourself. All right, Lara Valkyria versus Io Sky coming up after this break, I would assume. Who do you think's going to win?
Lara Valkyria.
That's what I'm going with, too.
Robbie says, The Rock knows the business and SmackDown was built around him. He's considered a valuable asset in WWE eyes.
Yeah, but he's a SmackDown guy. This is Raw.
Yeah, I really don't care what happens.
No, who cares about The Rock?
I just don't feel like he's relevant anymore. So he says...
People get excited when he comes out. I understand it, but you can't build your company around somebody that doesn't care about your company.
Exactly. He only cares about how much money he can make, which is gross.
Like Stone Cold was just as popular. But since he can't be put in the Bloodline storyline, he's not important all of a sudden.
Uh-huh.
I get that the Roman Reigns storyline is huge. It's been the biggest thing in wrestling for the past, 5 years. I get it.
Yeah.
And so I get why The Rock's important for that storyline. I mean, shit, it made Jey Uso important when Jimmy got hurt.
It's true.
And they're like, well, let's start calling him main event because he was main eventing because of Roman Reigns. People forgot that part. So they still call him it. You're like, you do realize he doesn't main event anymore. Guess what? Next Monday, he's not going to be in the main event. Against Drew, that's not the main event. Seriously. Fortnite. I wonder if I have any money waiting for Fortnite. Do I have to do anything about that?
I have no idea.
Nice.
Sophie says sometimes the 3 hours go by fast.
Sometimes if they're a good show.
Yeah, well, we're doing 2-hour show tonight, and it has gone by quite quickly. But don't worry, 3 hours, it will go by extra slow.
Right, because they do the same amount of stuff. They just add more commercials and talking segments. So the talking is all they get rid of when they add that hour. They just add the talking.
Yep. Sophie says, so Seth and CM Punk closing out the show makes sense. Wonder how different things would have looked if Brock didn't end the streak. Robbie says, lots of women matches. WWE, are they feeling okay? Well, they're doing that tournament, Robbie, so they have to do something. And Robbie also says, D, isn't the game about making money as well, so I get told. Sophie says, right now, the road to Mania isn't clear for everybody, as it usually is every year at this point.
Yeah, I think everything's adding up. I mean, we're right on pace where we should be.
I just don't feel like it really is, I don't feel like it's on, the road to Mania, they're really even pointing in that direction at this point.
No, it starts after the Rumble.
Bronson says, it looks like I won't be sharing anything else on here anymore. I had a lot more trivia to share, but I don't want to share trivia if the comments are getting deleted. You guys won't have to worry. Bronson, do you not listen sometimes? I'm just kind of curious, bud. So, your comments aren't getting deleted. I said that if YouTube had a problem with your comment, they would have deleted it. And we don't delete comments because we don't give a shit most of the time.
You can say whatever you want.
I don't care. It's interesting information. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I don't know why you feel that way. We didn't portray that or anything of that nature. So I'm not sure exactly why you're saying what you're saying, bud. I love your trivia. You come on here and you give us some really cool information, which is way awesome. Stuff that we're never going to know, which is way cool. Then we can go tell our friends. Hey,
Brock
did you
Purdy.
know so-and-so? I didn't know that The Rock was a heroin addict.
Brock Purdy, look at this. And they have the lead, and they're going down.
Oh, jeez.
40 seconds left.
So, I don't know what you're getting at. I don't know if you just listen to just certain things, Bronson, or what, but...
Whoa.
But...
Get out of bounds.
Whatever, right, guys? I don't know. Somebody says it'll be interesting where they put the Liv versus Rhea last woman standing match on Monday next week with the stacked card.
You could do it at the beginning. Start it with that match. I mean, they're not planning any big returns or anything around it, I wouldn't assume.
Yeah.
So you could do it at the beginning. Just let the chaos spill all over.
As Piccolo says, Bronson, what are you talking about? Scroll up, it's still there, my dude. Exactly. That's what I was saying. Like, there's not going to be any problems with it. And if somehow there is, it doesn't matter. Like, if you're like, hey, that didn't come through, and we'll be like, oh, it might have been some words in there or triggered something. I don't know. Like, sometimes it just deletes comments. It did delete your comment, though. I'm just saying that if it did, it just happens. Like, it's nothing we could do about it. That's all. But that doesn't mean stop.
All right, here we go.
Stop sharing information.
Line
That's
Valkyrie
just weird.
In there with
That's a weird way to come at it. That's just weird, bud.
Valkyria going right after that left arm.
Pickle's like, Robbie, did you touch that comment? Robbie's like, the road to Mania will be an interesting drive. Ho. They build it to the pay-per-view. Yeah, ho.
Yeah.
Sophie says, we haven't seen Stone Cold Steve Austin on WWE TV in a while.
Yeah.
Robbie's like, Tom on YouTube sometimes deletes comments if it mentions certain stuff. Yeah, but it didn't.
Yeah. I mean, it has in my past. And some people can't read certain comments. There's also...
Chris has had it happen to him multiple times. He'll come on here and he'll say stuff and he'll be like, oh, they didn't like my comment. They deleted that shit.
Right. Oh, they got a somersault.
Usually it is very of a derogatory sexual nature that they get deleted. So, you know.
Kara rolls her up. 1, 2. Oh, that was a
highly
slow
doubt,
count.
Bronson, you're going to be giving us any of that kind of comment.
Very, very slow count there by the referee.
So he's like, I find it funny WWE did a Raw on Netflix live event a couple of weeks before Raw hits Netflix. Pickle's like, EO versus Valkyria is such a 5-star banger.
Yeah. But without the stars and the banging. Oh, God!
So he says, do you think with Raw going to Netflix, they will do some sort of pre-show? Why?
Why? Oh, my God.
Why do you want... Why?
It's not
why?
a pay-per-view. It's
why?
just a show.
Who fucking cares? It's just Raw. It's going to be 3 hours, and it's just going to be on Netflix instead of USA. It's the same shit, just a different place it's
like,
being
what kind
put.
of a wrestling move is this?
I don't know. The humping one? I have no idea.
They call this the swing set?
Robbie says, it's not a big of a deal. Relax, take it easy like Sunday morning, like your boy Lionel Richie.
Oh, that'll hurt your quads.
Sophie says WWE might be holding a pay-per-view in Mexico in 25.
Oh, yeah.
People's like, yeah, I like to put EO in that swinging teeter-totter.
Right.
Picola.
What pay-per-view would it be, and what part of Mexico? We talking Tijuana?
Or is it...
Mexico City? Are they going to do it in a cartel's living room? This shit needs to be answered.
Right.
Is it one of the big cartels?
Robbie says, oh, no, don't be dizzy about a pre-show. Pickle's like, there you go. No deleting necessary. Right?
Oh, shit.
He said it just right, so nobody will know. Just whoever has a dirty mind.
So why is EO just getting her ass handed to her? Isn't she supposed to be good?
Yeah, she's supposed to be really good. But she's got her ass and it's being handed to her on a constant basis.
She's washed up. Oh! That'll hurt your knee. I mean, I think Valkyria should win this. What is that for me?
I haven't sent you anything.
See if I'm popular with anybody. Nope. Just Pinterest. Yeah, big savings at Kohl's. Boom, 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 boom. Loco. Yeah, Royal Caribbean. Oh shit, Io's fighting her way out of it. So why did the other girls have a female referee and these girls have a male referee? Sexist much? And he's like the slowest counter I've ever seen. When he goes to pit, like he just like 1, 2, nah. Kyle Shanahan. He's been a part of the 2 biggest Super Bowl blunders ever.
Ooh, Super Bowl blunders.
Yeah, he was the coach for, I think it was Atlanta when they lost to Kansas City after being up, and they also lost to Kansas City with the 49ers after being up. What? Is that not funny?
It's so funny.
Io can't even stand up.
They are doing picture-in-picture, by the way. This is how they're getting over the...
She is a redhead, so it makes sense to be beaten like a redheaded stepchild, but that's what's happening to her.
I could see that.
Look at her leg doesn't even work. So it can't be.
Alright. Somebody says, I think Backlash, and I don't remember which part of Mexico. Robbie says, bring back the Hurricane Rana LOL in women's match. Sophie says this year's Royal Rumble was rumored to be 2 nights, but they picked SummerSlam to be 2 nights instead. Everbless is in the chat. Hey, Everbless, good to see you. Says, I've missed you guys so damn much.
Oh, we're back.
Sorry about that. Hopefully you had a good Christmas, Everbless. Thanks for being here tonight.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Bronson says, it's kind of offended me when you said, Bronson, do you not listen? I can tell you were frustrated when you said that. I just don't cause trouble for you guys and your subscribers. 1, you're not causing trouble for anybody.
Yeah,
2,
you're fine.
the reason why I said to listen was because I said that the comment did not get deleted, but you insisted that it did. It did not. Nobody cares about the comment that you said. It was very funny and informative, and I made fun of it the whole time because I thought it was interesting, and I laughed about it.
All right, so, look at that all the way up there in the suite.
That seems offensive. It's just because I was saying stuff about it, but you weren't listening to what I was saying.
Dakota way up in the luxury box.
So
I wonder how she afforded that.
Why couldn't she be up there in the skybox? She knows people, I bet.
You think she's knee dropping?
Sophie says, I bet they will confirm the Mexico pay-per-view like probably sometime before Mania.
Well, it would have to be if it's going to be Backlash, because they always do Backlash right after, right? Isn't that the one that follows Mania?
Something, yeah.
Remember, it used to be called WrestleMania Backlash, because they were stupid.
No.
Oh, terrible!
Robbie's like, Valkyria. If you miss D so much, she's available on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays to come for you.
The missile dropkick.
Yeah. Piccolo says, dollop of Daisy, so catchy. Everbless says, I've missed you guys so much. Sophie says, what has been the biggest headline from the WWE this year, in your opinion?
Probably them selling to TKO or whatever. It's got to be the biggest, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it
selling the WWE?
Oh yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's huge. That's only happened once ever.
Yeah, it's true. I guess that's the biggest thing. Robbie says UK never had pictures in WWE. Yeah, well, you know. I mean,
they just play it through, I believe. I think that's why the picture-in-picture thing exists.
It's either that or
that almost killed her.
They just have weird blank. We'll be back.
Missed that top rope, or it could have been a lot worse.
There's an advertisement in progress.
Picked her up. Drops her down with the perfect plex almost. 1, 2, and Sky, of course, kicks out because you can't beat somebody with the perfect plex.
You can't. It's
unless you're Mr. Perfect. I really don't want either of these two to win. It'd be cool if they both lost, like a draw.
What would they do then? Like, who would they put in it? Like, it'd be a 3-way instead?
No, they just give the title to Dakota.
Oh. Yeah, they aren't going to do that. That'd be weird.
I know, it'd be weird, but it'd be awesome.
Sophie says, see what happens when you're missing a week off? Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Oh,
right down on her neck. 1, 2, and...
10 months. That's a lot of time. I feel like that's not true. I feel like you've been here in the past couple months, Everbless. That sounds...
10 months.
That sounds fishy.
Time goes by so quick.
Piccolo says Toyota Center packed full of Brandons. Maybe. Sophie says it's okay. I sometimes don't listen to you, D. I don't expect everybody to listen to everything, but
Shit.
I mean, when you ask questions and I answer them, and you aren't listening to the answer I give, then I'm kind of
spinning
offended.
neck breaker. Io has been getting her ass kicked this whole match.
Maybe she's broken. Maybe she's sick.
Well, at this point, I hope she doesn't win because that's just dumb. This is that Darby Allin offense, that Sami Zayn offense.
Yeah, they do that.
Where you just get beat the whole time and then you win at the end. Sami Zayn's the worst, I think. Well, no, he'll even when he's in tag team matches, he won't wrestle until the last 2 seconds.
It's true.
It's like, what the fuck do you do all the whole match? Just lay on the floor on the outside. Dick move.
Everbloss says it's been 1 year since Bray Wyatt passed away.
Oh, wow.
Robbie says, we just go to ads. Oh, you just have your own ads. I see. So he says, I thought you would go with the whole Vince headline since that took almost most of the year, or second best Raw going to Netflix that nobody's seen coming.
Didn't I say Vince selling the company? Is that not a Vince headline?
I think they are talking about the whole weird nobody cares shit.
Oh,
allegation crap and
nobody
whatnot.
cares
Who
about
gives a
that.
shit about? If you're still harping about that, you need to get over yourselves. Like, that shit's just done, past, and dead. However, Bless says, I'm still sad Bray passed. Robbie says,
Yes,
is
it's very
it
sad.
all on the line in this match?
Yeah, everything's on the
Well,
line.
it's on the line for them to go to the next
winner
round.
wrestles Dakota Kai for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh, look, Io has life, believe it or
Oh, God.
not. Oh,
She almost didn't quite get in there.
She hit her vagina. Uh-oh.
That hurts when you hit that bone. There's a bone there. That hurts.
Oh, I'm sure it hurt like a motherfucker.
It's definitely not something that feels good.
Uh-oh. Worst moonsaw in sports.
Picola says,
Nobody
I heard
was
that
home.
Wrestle Talk lads are disappointed in Netflix because they haven't figured out public access to pubs, public venues yet. Oh, well, that's one of their things. You know, a lot of people do go there to watch that stuff, or they play it on those things, and since they're not going to, then what difference does it make?
It's over. Valkyria wins.
What? No way!
As I
How
predicted.
did they do that, Travis? Cheaters!
No.
There's
that
no
was
way.
clean.
She should have not. I can't believe that she won.
She even bridged and looked at the referee like, why aren't you counting, you dumb fucker? He's like the worst referee I've ever seen. Whoever this referee is needs to find a new career.
Yeah, new career. He's stupid.
Don't touch it. It's not yours. She almost touched it. You can't touch something that's not yours. It jinxes it.
Oh, I see.
Oh, she might have touched it.
That's kind of weird.
She could win it, I guess. She is a mid-carder.
Yeah, but Dakota Kai is kind of in that area right now, too. They're not pushing her for anything grandiose.
Yeah, but see...
And she's a somebody, like, people know her name and stuff, so
right,
it's kind of
but they could do it with Valkyria because she's more of a wrestler, and they're trying to push women's wrestling. And to have two non-wrestlers be the champion, you know, with Chelsea and hopefully Chelsea has it for a calendar year.
Right. Robbie says, who knew WWE would still be shit even when D. Travis took a week off?
Yeah.
What, Robbie? That happened? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
It's still not the greatest.
So he's like, since you took a week off, I decided to stay here, unlike what I usually do by dipping out.
Dip.
Well, you know.
We're a lot more entertaining if you're around the whole time because we talk about other stuff that makes no sense. Like how to cook a hot dog properly with spaghetti sauce or something.
What the fuck? Travis is a rando.
That's what our show revolves around.
Hot dogs and spaghetti sauce. Got it.
Well, no. But just,
that's kind of a weird thing to say.
Just some sort of a food. And then how to get cheese involved in it. And then what kind of cheese and why the cheese melts that way because of the bacterial growth.
Nobody was talking about food, and now you're talking about food, and I'm hungry. Thanks. Actually, when we got on, I was like, I really want chicken tenders. Like, really bad. Like, really good chicken tenders.
With cheese?
No cheese, no. Robbie says the girl in the blue getting clobbered. Sophie said, what is your craziest 2025 prediction that could happen to the WWE? Ooh, it implodes. It all goes under, and you're never going to see wrestling ever again.
We get somebody else in charge.
Because they put it on Netflix. It was horrible.
I just want to see somebody else in charge. So that's my prediction, is something happens to somebody, and then they get somebody else in charge. Now, I'm not saying that would be better, because the people they would probably put in charge over the person that is in charge might not be suitable for the job either. I'd like to see Stephanie run it, or maybe Shane.
Everbless says, question, guys, if Bray was here right now, what match and feud would you book him in?
Well,
definitely not the fucking shit that's happening with his dumbass brother, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was going to be my thing. If they're still doing the Wyatt 6 stuff, but he's one of them. You could easily have him do part of the John Cena retirement tour as he beat John Cena at WrestleMania with that fantastic match.
Yeah.
It was one of the funnest matches we've ever seen. It was like a television match. Anyways, who would you have him wrestle? There's so many guys, but like somebody like maybe a Drew McIntyre type. Because obviously all rules would be off.
Right.
And would he be the champion? Because you could push him at a championship through Gunther if you wanted to go that way. I would keep the title way away from him.
I wouldn't put championships on him at all.
That's what
I just think he'd just be this really cool entity when he was just this outside guy that like beat the fuck out of everybody and was like this weird creepy guy and had his little family and shit, and then they made him into something weird. And I know it was his idea, but it was still stupid. Like him just being the Wyatt family was way better.
Oh, way better.
Like, putting in the whole puppet thing and all that weird stuff was just, like, it didn't make any sense. I didn't understand what his character was supposed to, like, really do at that point. It was just weird.
He was a fiend.
Yeah, that
And then Randy started him on fire.
Right? Very strange, very strange. Ravi says, cheapest win ever, LOL, did F all and still won. Great tactics. Well, it's not like Io was doing anything. Sophie's like, wow, Lyra beat Io again in a tournament match. That's a shock. And Pico's like, whoa, what a pin.
Wait, hold on. How is it a shock? I said it was going to happen before the match started. I feel like a shock isn't something that somebody can guess.
Right?
I just said it was going to happen.
And it happened. It was crazy. Pico's like, whoa, what a pin. And Bronson says, can I still comment and share fun facts on future live streams you guys have? Yes, please. Pico says, replay button mashed. Sophie says, we don't know how Raw is going to Netflix going to affect bars and restaurants that usually do have WWE stuff on the TV. Well, they probably won't have it. Because why in the fuck would they want to pay Netflix shit for playing one fucking thing a week?
Why don't they have Netflix?
Why do you jump in your chair like that?
I want to get back, but I can't.
Is it because you have a pillow there?
No. Oh. It's just I can't get back there. Does that answer your question?
It's just you like throw yourself.
Well, I want to get back.
That poor chair. I'm gonna have to replace it. It's all breaking down and shit.
Ooh, we could use these in the gaming room.
Well, after they're all broken down, and then what?
Oh, these are fine.
What the fuck are we gonna put in here then? You gonna sit on the floor?
Just stand.
I'm not fucking standing. You can fuck that shit all up on one side
shows.
and down the other. No, fuck you. Absolutely not. You make me stand, I'll be here 5 minutes and that's it. I will leave.
You're boring. Oh, look. More Triple H stuff.
Oh, goody gumdrops. Blah. Piccolo says, yeah, this ref is no little natch. Sophie says, Penta is coming. Oh boy, that was a quick jump. And Bravi says, yes, I agree, D is entertaining a lot, lol. Sophie says, every time Lyra and Io fight in a tournament match, Lyra would get the best of her. And Robbie says, D, you're always hungry, not a bad thing. And Sophie says, with this Io loss, her chances of winning the Rumble goes a little bit up. Pickle says, food equals 33%, geography 20%, 90s rap lyrics 10%.
Boom.
Of our talking. Among other things that are little tiny percents here and there, and then wrestling.
Right.
Sophie says, if we get new people in charge, who knows how that will affect everything, including TV house shows and pay-per-views.
It's all good.
When Bray was alive, it seemed like the WWE didn't have any plans for him, even after retiring him.
Yeah.
Bray, last Mania before he died, was going to be against Bubba. And Robbie says, WWE is always a shock. All the surprise faces. Robbie also says, LOL, who's watching wrestling when they're out at a bar for a beer? I don't know, but people do, I guess.
So, in the day, they used to replay Raw on Saturday nights at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And like, I'd be hammered drunk and I'd be like, oh, cool. Because I didn't watch Raw anymore. You know, it was like through the dark era. And so I just kind of watched to see what was happening. So, but it wasn't like on, like with volume. Do they do that at bars? Like play volume?
No. Usually no. Usually they always have like music playing. So there's always music, but there's TVs and you can't hear anything.
Right, okay. That's what I'm trying to do downstairs. I have like 15 TVs. Just gonna have a different show each one.
We really do need to get rid of some of them. Like either give them away or something. Sophie says, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings one day and they had the WWE Network on the TV. That's cool.
I was thinking about mounting one on the ceiling. What, in there?
In our bedroom. Oh, nice.
It's nice.
This is way better than sitting up. What do you mean you have a TV on yourself? Yeah, it's not a mirror.
If it's not on, it looks like a mirror. So we leave it on all the time.
Robbie says, Sophie, then you sat on the toilet regretting you went there. Because like pint. Fancy a pint. Robbie says, I was listening to some old school rap the other day, a bit of Nas and Gangstar. Some good tunes there. And Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas, good to see you tonight. He says, hey, guys, what's up? Not much, Thomas. How was your Christmas? Sophie says, it is hard to watch whatever at a restaurant or bar if you aren't home for some reason. I don't know. I've sat in a bar for 8 hours watching fucking football on it while my brother drank. I have done it many times.
I watched the national championship game, and it was Ohio State when they had Maurice Clarett. And I can't remember who they were playing. I want to say it was like Florida State or something. But anyways, it was 2000-ish at a bar. And there was just a big group of people. And it was one of the funnest nights. Like just getting drunk with strangers. Everybody was watching it. And I'm like, I can't remember if they played the volume. But I swear to God they did. But just because I remember something like that wouldn't mean that they did.
Right. Robbie says, I haven't had Swift half in ages at a bar, LOL. And Sophie says, funny, the Rumble takes place the day before my 40th birthday. Ah, wow. There you go.
That's cool.
An early birthday present. Piccolo says, no, hardly. Usually my bar just plays REM. But we love the bartender for her personality, a.k.a. Rack and Dino Tats.
That is
I'm
so
glad
funny.
that your bartender has a rack, because every fucking female bartender in our area are fucking hideous, nasty women. And I don't understand if it's because they have to be, because you have rude degenerates that come in the bar, or what it is. But I have never in my life in this town seen a pretty bartender. Not once. That's like good looking or has a nice body or any of that. No matter what. And even in a bar where, you know, the lighting's a little bit sketch. So, you know, everybody looks kind of good.
Like the weird strip clubs. Where you're like, oh, she's hot. And you get her outside.
And outside you're like, oh my fucking God, what are you?
It's like Shrek.
Swamp rat.
When the lights go out.
Yeah.
Are you Fiona?
Yeah. I'm just like, I've never, so it's crazy.
I have seen in this town two pretty bartenders in my life.
Yeah. Well, you went to the bars a lot more than I did in our younger years.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
one was Paris Allen. She worked at the First Nash. And she was 2 years older than me. And when I was for my first day of grade school, she let me sit in the back of the bus with her. Or not grade school, but junior high. So she was a 9th grader, I was 7th grade. And I got to sit with Paris in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. So, to end the night... Maybe. Oh, yeah, to end the night.
CM Punk.
They've got CM Punk and Seth out here having a talk fest. Just so you guys know what's happening.
CM Punk trying to throw the victim card at somebody else when
no, not the victim card.
Not the victim. Damn, that is how you throw a fucking football. He fit that in a tiny little window.
Yeah.
Why are they going for 2? Is it the 4th quarter?
Oh! Oh!
I didn't hear what he said.
That was low. My wife's taking a break to raise a kid. Not that you would know how that is. Poor AJ. Right. It's probably his fault. He's probably the problem.
Is he barren?
Probably. Would not be surprised. Ooh.
Chains of chunks.
I think he made him mad because he's saying some mean things now. Ooh, he says. Thomas says, preparing for my birthday later. Ooh, birthday time. Robbie says, I like to go to a bar when a big football game is on. Yeah, it makes it fun. Bronson says, okay, but please let me know if I say something that offensive so that way I can correct myself. I always try to interact with people the right way. By being polite and not offending others. You're never offensive. Not once, Bronson.
You can't
and you probably won't be.
You cannot offend me. I'm unoffendable.
Sophie says, but doesn't the restaurant or bar kick you out after a certain amount of time, though, so you could watch the rest of whatever you watch at home?
No.
When they close, maybe they might, but by the time they close, I'm pretty sure all your shit's going to be over that you're going to watch.
Football's over by
2 a.m. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're not a belligerent person or something, you can stay there as long as you want. Robbie says, it's the end of the world as we know it. Did you get rude to the bartender? I'd never get rude to the bartender, Robbie. I'm actually extra polite to people in public.
CM Punk thinks he's like a trailblazer.
Sophie says, wow. And Pico says, next time I'll share a pic with you, D. You'll have to. I'm just kind of curious now. Sophie says, this is a good segment so far. And Robbie says, Cola just goes there to stop and stare at drool like Homer Simpson. Sophie says, wow, Seth's speaking facts. And Robbie says, CM Punk ain't said a word. He's saying words now. Sophie says, Seth is right about CM Punk. CM Punk did badmouth the WWE after he walked out of the WWE. He did it for years. He did it for fucking years until he got in that other company, and he still did it. Oh, good God. This is the gross shit about him that I can't stand. This right here. Mm-hmm. Bronson says, take care of Sarah about the disagreement we had her. Nah, you're cool, Bronson. Sophie says, CM Punk dog is kind of ugly. Oh. His dog?
Larry or whatever.
What kind of dog is he?
I don't know. Or unless he's talking about AJ.
Oh, Sophie's probably talking about AJ. That's not very nice. I thought she was cute. Did she get Aggie?
She could be. I don't know.
Robbie says, D, you're slowly liking this feud. I can tell by your selling. Yeah. Sophie says in Florida, not that many places are open 24 hours. It's weird. I don't think that happens in a lot of places of 24 hours. Robbie says, D, I can imagine you being someone who tells someone if you're not happy and then walk out. It's a weird concept to have about me, Robbie, but I'm actually very unconfrontational about stuff until I have to be. And then it's not pretty.
You got a tie football game.
Yeah, there's flags and people are angry. what you have become. Ooh, Cancer! He's Cancer. Oh no, not his brain. He's got a brain cancer.
Job, Seth.
Ooh, hate
Seth
and
freaking
rage.
Rollins.
Robbie says, D, it's okay to like some of WWE. See, D, I knew it. What'd you know?
Raw's starting over. Can't talk about Raw's history. It's just,
there is no history after today.
It's just
so
a new
it's
Raw.
done. It's completely
next week
nothing.
Is day one, Oos.
Basically. Robbie says, what is it with people and matching PJs? What do you mean?
Matching PJs. Nothing better.
What's wrong with matching PJs, Robbie? Just because your family doesn't do stuff like that. You know, other people do it. Anyways. Oh, thank God. The end of Raw. Yay.
Next week will be 1 hour away from ending. Yay.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I hope everybody had a really good Christmas and everybody stayed safe, got what you wanted, or if you didn't get what you wanted, you bought yourself what you wanted. Anyways, we'll be back again on Wednesday, New Year's Day.
Yeah, for
AEW Dynamite, because, you know, that's on Wednesday, and it'll be the new year of 2025. So, in the corniness of corny, we'll see you guys next year.
Bye-bye.